Are they firing off their second one?
Yeah, so you get 8 people.
Sweet.
Who am I asking?
Either Josh. Ask Matt if they can put another match on,
Okay.
and then Josh Black.
Okay.
He's the one who won. So while he's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and switch it back. While they're getting their stuff together. So you didn't get to see him, but that was Keegan. He is my roommate, actually. Plays Magic. He's a big-time nerd. He actually just 3-0'd the Modern Masters draft over there. He got a Dark Confidant and complained about it. He first picked Pack 1 Dark Confidant and complained. I never get that. I never get why people do that. But he did. And so, Keegan, right? Shame on you. See if we got anybody else over there. No one's still taking the table yet. So, let's see. Matt sent me a text. I might be able to have another matchup. Looks like it's going to be Casey Cordell, who I was mentioning earlier, and Ken Adams. I'll be able to tell you who is where. It looks like Ken Adams is going to be definitely at the bottom of the screen because Casey Cordell is highlighting his Ensoul Artifact deck, which is always fun if you played in M15 before Khans of Tarkir was released. So Ken Adams, I know he's playing a blue-green deck. That's about as far as I know. I'm not entirely sure what he is playing. But this was in the middle of the match, so they need a second to set up. They got some help, make sure everything is in the right order. Looks like Ken's playing no sleeves, which is different because usually he plays sleeved cards. And it looks like Ken Adams is up a game currently, but he's down to 5 in this one. No, wait, that was the previous life totals. They need to reset life totals. Alright, looks like they're doing that. And I want to say Casey is at 20 to his 16. And this is a good luck shake. And Casey was on the play this game, so Ken, I assume, is going to untap and draw. And if he hasn't, he's already drawn. I'm not sure what's been named with Phyrexian Revoker. He draws for turn. Cracks Evolving Wilds. He's going to search his deck for, I assume, an island to make it to where he has 2 sources of blue and 2 of green. Oh, he's playing 3 color at least. Okay, so he's teamer. It's going to be a red source coming down for Ken. Some thoughts coming from Ken while Casey just sets and waits, and that's always the worst for me. I am very, very impatient. That's why I like Hearthstone. I like being able to set, or walk away from the game for a second and walk back, not having to worry about interacting with my opponent. Ken has a pretty crazy looking hand with some red spells, some Xenaghosts, and some blue spells. I'm going to see a lot of stuff happening this way. Casey draws a mountain for turn. He's going to get in there with his Chief Engineer and Phyrexian Revoker. Do you happen to know what the Revoker's on? By chance?
I have no clue.
Carter's back with us, in case you were wondering.
Hello.
Looks like he drops a Perilous Vault, which is interesting, into an open board. I assume he's going to Insult Artifact it or Shrapnel Blast it away, but...
I just get it out of the way.
That last round ended ridiculously fast. How are you? Do you win round 2?
No, I've lost the past 2 rounds.
What? You can't lose, Carter? Not after I raise you up so much, talk you up a bunch.
I've mulliganed this all 7 times in the past 5 games.
Oh, that'll happen.
Yeah.
You got your good ones out on stream. Have to get the bad ones while you're not. And a Hornet Nest comes down for Ken, which is a problem. Oh, he flashed his hand to the camera.
I saw a Route Master.
I know he has 2 Xenaghosts. That's about it. So if Casey has a No, that
Looks
doesn't.
like he
do
has
it.
a Shivan Reef and Insult artifact.
And
And
a lightning strike.
And
I'm pretty
something.
sure that
It
that was
looks
a lightning strike.
It looks like a promo lightning bolt to me, but
if he,
that is not legal.
did you say he had an insole? If he
Yes.
insoles, he's off by 1, I
He-
believe. Because if he insoles this one, he's going to block one of these. He's going to take 5. It's a 1-3, right? Chief Engineer?
Yes.
So that'd be
So that'd be
6, 9.
6.
He's at 10, so wouldn't quite be lethal. Lack of temples from Casey and from Ken, if you notice. They might have them, they just haven't drawn them yet. They have definitely drawn their Khans lands, which are seeing way more play than the Zendikar versions ever did. Granted, we didn't have the enemy-colored ones in Zendikar. We only had the ally-colored ones, but there was never a blue-black deck that was like the absolute best. Like, there was for a little bit, but I don't think it played Jwar Isle Refuge. Or the blue-white deck, Patrick Chapin played at a Pro Tour with Jace Mind Sculptor. He, I don't think it played the blue-white one. I don't think it played the blue-white Refuge either.
Probably
So
just wants untapped lands. But this standard format's a little slower than most, it seems.
I guess that's true. Boros was a big thing back then. Like, Boros beats Landfall Boros or whatever. It was a real deck. Plated GOP'd was a was a house.
So it looks like he hit his 4th land drop. Is he going to turn on, looks like his entire
Oh,
hand?
Chasm Skulker. He has Chasm Skulker in his hand. That is so cool. And that's a Solidarity of Heroes, the green card in between, on the either side of Chasm Skulker. It puts a +1/+1, or it doubles the amount of counters on creatures you control with a +1/+1 counter on it.
So it looks like he hasn't his engine yet. And it looks like since that Elvish Mystic was killed, it's really slowed him down. He relied on that.
Yes, he did heavily. He didn't have red until this last turn. He drew on this first turn of the stream. He drew Evolving Wilds for his red source. So he already didn't have a red source. It slowed him down even more. He wasn't able to turn 2 that Chasm Skulker. So now he has to turn 4 or 5 it even, because Casey has 5. So Casey's going to have 2 5/5 artifact creatures and a Chief Engineer that will definitely be attacking for lethal when they attack. I don't think he'll attack before he has absolutely lethal. Don't forget, if you activate Heavy Storm, they activate Threatening Roar. Done. That's all there is to it. That's another Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference from us Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. We're going to Lightning Strike away the Chasm Skulker at the end phase. And Casey's going to draw and just pass it back. He's having trouble with that Hornet Nest, it seems. He's waiting on a Shrapnel Blast to attack for lethal.
Hornet's a very good card.
But now Kin gets to cast Xenagos the Reveler, and that's going to be a problem for Casey. More blockers.
Yeah, it's going to create a lot of chump blockers for the Insult Artifact guys.
It didn't look like he was going to... That didn't look like a Xenagos that was coming out of his hand. It looked like something else. So this is going to be interesting to see the end of.
If he doesn't play Xenagos, I would suspect...
Oh, that's a good one, too.
That's a Kiora. It's very good. I would suspect that the Revoker would be on Xenagos if he doesn't play it here.
Oh, I thought he was spinning it down. I was like, no, Ken, you can't do that. Just wanting to scream it through the wall. That would have lost you the game. I'm not sure what he targeted, but it's safe to assume it's... Oh, he actually targeted the Perilous Vault. Yeah, it was safe to assume either way that was going to be one of the giant 5/5s. Casey draws for turn, shuffles his hand around a little bit to try to figure out what to do.
Looks like a land.
It's probably a mountain. I think I saw a red hint. If that was the
I
land that
believe
you
it
saw.
was the Swiftwater Cliffs.
It'd be a little weird, I think, if he doesn't play that one. I don't know if there's a... Oh, he has a Chief Engineer in his hand, too.
Okay. He didn't play the land. His deck really doesn't need that many lands to operate, so I can understand the idea of bluffing. Yeah, the deck obviously plays burn spells because it's a red deck.
Right. I mean, it's okay to bluff, but I think if you're playing against a deck that you're slowly losing the advantage, you might as well...
Yeah.
I think Ken might honestly be forgetting that Casey does have a Perilous Vault. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, Casey does actually just have a Perilous Vault in play. So
This Xenagos is free because he has another one in hand, so he might be just trying to bait the Perilous Vault. And that Xenagos should be at 3 counters, not 4. I think they're discussing that right now.
yeah, Casey probably noticed.
I believe he also forgot to crack his Evolving Wilds.
At the end of Casey's turn?
Yeah, he might just not need it and want an actual another land.
I went ahead and updated Matt, because that Xenagos should be only at 3 counters. Tell Mad King X to come down to Hometown Hobbies, if you would. Actually, I guess I could just say that out loud.
Just said it out loud.
I just said it out loud, so it defeats the purpose, but yes. If you come down, Tyler, there is a chance you can make it to the Modern Master drafts that have been kicking off all day. With the best prize support for drafts for Modern Masters 2 in the area, bar none. And they fixed the Xenagos, which is good. Ken still forgot to crack his Evolving Wilds at the end of Casey's turn.
Yeah.
Last turn, I'm saying that they still have that misplay going. He hasn't passed back yet, but I feel like he might miss it again.
I think it's... I don't think he wants another land at this point because he does have Xenagos. This is very...
Casey's doing the
This
weird
is-
attack, just
this
letting
is-
that Hornet Nest declare a block.
Well, he's going to crack Perilous Vault.
Oh, okay.
He's going... That's pretty much his only way to get rid of this...
I actually
this
have
Hornet
the
Nest.
insects in that stack. That's where the
They're
hardest
in
ones to
there.
find. So I think Casey, if he does it, I think he should do it at the end step of Ken's turn and just... Because he's still at 20. He can just take... What is it,
Yeah.
like 8 damage?
Yeah, and...
8 damage, and Kiora will target a card that's going to leave play anyways.
Yeah. If I was...
Oh, the Revoker stays in play.
Off of Perilous Vault? No, it doesn't.
Perilous Vault's,
It's non-lands.
Wait, I'm thinking of Ugin.
Yeah, you're
Ugin and Perilous Vault are the same card, right? The top is blue-red affinity, let's call it, because of Chief Engineer, or blue-red convoke artifacts.
He's got Soul, man.
He does. He has soul, man. Anger of the Gods coming down for Casey. Oh man, that will be lethal. Oh no! It put it kin to 1. Never mind. I forgot. Chief Engineer has to die on that. But
Anger gets rid of the Hornets.
yeah, it gets rid of the important blockers, and I think Casey's
And
just
the
gonna
Savior.
swing in.
He
Oh,
already
wait.
attacked this turn.
That's true. Also, one of them was under Kiora, so
Yeah.
that was a good card for Casey though.
Yeah, I still think Ken's in a very good position. He has Xenagos Cure in play. He's going to get to untap, and looks like he has a handful of spells.
I wonder what the Revoker call now, because he has 2
Yeah.
Planeswalkers in play, and it seems like that's what Casey would call.
I doubt it's Elvish Mystic.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Because it's dead.
That doesn't make sense. Yeah,
Unless
okay.
he chump blocked with it.
That is a very strong possibility, actually. It was a chump block that might have saved him the game. Maybe not, because he would have just chump blocked it in the later turn and had the mana to flesh out a bunch of things. And we have, I believe it's Teamer counters? Is that the... Because it definitely... it revolves around putting +1/+1 counters on your creatures. I was
like-
selling him the deck when he put it together.
Teamer good stuff, that's what I'm going to call it.
Okay, Teamer good stuff, that's fine. Plays
He's-
2 of the cool Planeswalkers from Teamer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have our first bust on the Modern Masters booster pack. Michael Leone, who got the free pack this round, only got a Nobilis of War. Sorry, Michael, but hey, that's okay. Still a free pack of Modern Masters 2015, and the next 2 rounds we're going to be giving them out as well. So, yeah. Make sure you stick around to hear who wins those, in addition to all this great Magic we're seeing being played. Still can't tell what it said. They wrote a note for the Revoker, but there's not a chance I can read it. Let's see if we can see what while they're writing it, if we can figure it out. Oh, Tyler says new Sarkin. Either of the Sarkins. That's a very strong possibility.
Yeah, it's more based on what Casey saw game 1.
Yep.
Because this isn't exactly a well-known deck, it seems.
Neither of them. Honestly,
Yeah.
neither of them are or like on the radar. But I think teamer control, like if it's built correctly, like